Cover Your Joy on YouTube. Welcome to the Recover Your Joy podcast, where we remember who we are, where we reclaim our power, and where joy is not a luxury. It is who we become. Today's episode is called Revelation and Resurrection, and this one came from a very real morning, a morning of pain, a morning of knowing, a morning of creation, a morning of choosing joy inside discomfort. I woke at 4:44 with two knowings, apocalypse and make soap. Now that may sound strange, but since the ceremony with Grandmother Aya, my dreams have changed. They've been deep, peaceful, profound, and strange. Not scary, not disturbing, just different. It feels as though something in me is still unraveling, still revealing, still asking to be understood before it can be fully appreciated. And in the middle of that mystery came this very simple knowing: make soap. And honestly, I love making soap. I love the mixing, the measuring, the creation. I love the brilliant blends, some soft, some bold, all made with love. And yet, this morning, my back was sore again. So sore. Brought me right back to the back labor I had with all three births. That kind of pain that takes over the body. That kind of pain that makes you stop when you stand. That kind of pain that asks only one thing: pause. The spasms would rise and I'd have no choice but to stop and wait until they passed. And pain, if I'm honest, makes me bitchy, sharp, short, irritated, less interested in grace, more interested in survival. And maybe you know that feeling too, when discomfort shows up and suddenly your softness feels harder to access. Still, I sat down and I began. I began on 2 emails for the contest. The one where 10 people will get to read the manuscript, the next memoir before it goes to editor. And that matters to me because last time rushing was part of the process. And this time I want something different. This time I want to savor. I want sweetness in the process. I want space in the becoming. I want this book to be held before it's handed over. So I created links, logos, pictures, printed text, 2 email campaigns built with intention. And I realized that slowing down is not weakness. Slowing down is wisdom. Then I turned to the soaps, and the blend called Surrender was ready for packing. I had to laugh. Of course it was. The oatmeal, lavender, and chamomile blend was divine, soft, comforting, hmm, gentle, exactly what I needed. I offered Ralph a smell. He shrugged, didn't light up, didn't leap with delight, and for one tiny moment, I held back the urge to kick him. That, too, my friends, is spiritual growth. Real spiritual growth is not always candles and calm voices. Sometimes it's choosing not to react when you're already in pain. Sometimes it's breathing through irritation instead of tuning into damage. So instead, I grabbed my steam cleaner and headed to the car. Round 2 of the resurrection process, I carried down a bag of clothes for donation. I took out the cardboard boxes that had been sitting in the entranceway for too long. And I thought, time to get shit done. And so I did. The process was both painful and pleasurable. Every bend and stretch soothed and stung. Relief and aggravation living in the same moment. And still, I kept going. I started in the back, pulled everything out, booster cables, snow pants, gloves, tools, cleaning supplies, even the umbrella. I seldom use all of it. What was buried? What was forgotten? What was cluttering the space without permission? Then I sprayed, scrubbed, and pulled that god awful smell out of the car. And somewhere in the middle of it, I realized something. This is what healing looks like more often than not. Not polished, not pretty, not convenient, painful, practical, necessary. There are sayings that ran through my mind. Rome wasn't built in a day, but it burned down in one. Great minds think alike, but fools seldom differ. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. And underneath all of it was this deeper truth. If you're going to say something, say it right. If you're going to do something, do it right. Not perfectly, but truthfully, intentionally, wholeheartedly. Because apocalypse is not always destruction. Sometimes it is revelation, the uncovering, the stripping away, the moment when what is false can no longer remain, and what is left is what matters. Soap, pain, emails, steam cleaning, donation bags, cardboard boxes, surrender, a sore back, a sharp tongue held in cheek, a car being reclaimed, a process being honored, a woman learning that even discomfort can be sacred. This is not the end. This is revelation. This is resurrection. This is what it looks like to keep choosing joy while life asks you to bend, pause, breathe, and begin again. Thank you for being here with me on the Recover Your Joy podcast. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe, share it, and send it to someone who is learning how to find meaning in the middle of the mess. And until next time, keep choosing joy.